Hi, how are you? Just wanted to send you a little message for today, see how things are for you. So we're going to work with the tea leaf reading cards today, and some tarot and the runes as well. This is just a short video for now, but I am going to do a longer one a little bit later, or even live. I'm not sure yet. Depends how much time I have. But let's just see, what is the energy of this reading? What area of your life are we focusing on? We have wealth, but I always want to know wealth in terms of what? In love. Ooh, that's a nice one. That is a nice one. So, wealth in terms of love. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean anything about a romantic love. It could be the love of a child, the love of a parent, the love of somebody in your family, or even a friend. So, there's a situation going on in your life right now that is surrounding love, and something being quite abundant in that. So if you've been feeling perhaps a little bit of lack in that area, or a little bit like the love isn't there, that's about to change. And this is all because you have taken a journey on unraveling a few things. You've taken, you've snipped away at some threads that were restricting you. And there's a vulnerability in that. You know, if something's been there for a long time, if we snip it away, it can make you feel like you're kind of floating around with no protection around you. So here's an analogy I can give you of that. Imagine if you were attached by threads to something, and you snip at those threads, but you realise you haven't fallen. You're able to move, but you haven't fallen. But you didn't want to snip the threads in the first place in case you did fall. And it's not until you actually snipped the threads that you realised it was taking a risk or taking a chance, and actually it didn't happen the way that you thought, in a positive way. So that is what's being highlighted to you at the moment. You've had this realisation, once you've cut a particular thread, actually it's brought some kind of breakthrough. Now that breakthrough may have been an uncomfortable experience. It doesn't have to be a comfortable one. And I feel for many of you, you've had a bit of an uncomfortable experience recently in cutting some of these threads. And it's actually, what it's done is it's illuminated like a reflection of yourself. So it's kind of illuminated something that you want to work on in yourself, and that's actually aligning you in this path of wealthy love, healthy wealthy love. Okay, let's see. Healthy love. Wyrd. This is a rune of relationships. Your relationships are improving because you have shown up as your authentic self, because you've cut away from things that have held you back from that. For many of you, you may have been around people whose opinions you took as your own. You're not doing that anymore. You may have kind of hidden a part of yourself because you didn't want to show that to people, where actually that part of yourself has been called upon recently for you to expose it. And people actually respect you for it. So not only is the relationship to yourself being improved, you're also standing in your power. You've found some personal power here, and you're feeling quite confident. I almost feel like people see you as a bit of a leader, you know, and you are starting to realise, actually, yes, I do have the ability to lead my own life. Okay, so let's get into the cards about this situation in love. Successful outcome to your problems. So if you're going through some issues right now, especially in terms of love, relationships, this experience that you've had recently has given you the key. And what I'm getting there, what I was just given there, is about you need to realise what an honour it is to have this key. Okay? Do not abuse the key. Being a key holder is it's a high regard, isn't it? You know, think about that. If anybody's ever given you the key to their home, it's an honour. They trust you and they respect you enough to give you a key to their sanctuary. Or if you've ever had the keys to a place that you've had to lock up or open up, there's trust there. This is what Wyrd is talking about. You have been trusted on a divine level, on a spiritual level, but also I feel on a physical level as well. You've been trusted with a key here. You're honoured. You are truly, truly honoured. But it's amazing how it's through you illuminating or showing this truth about yourself that, and there must be a feeling within you of gladness of like, I've been hiding that in a cupboard for ages, and it's just, I'm so glad I can bring this out and it's acceptable. You know, people are okay with this. They see it as me. You have fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. So what you're feeling right now, and this does align with Nordis, because Nordis is all about our primal will. And there are certain people in your life, there are certain situations in your life that bring on very strong emotions. And I feel for many of you, these strong emotions, they've been hidden. Now that could be in the love or the hate kind of situation. You know, both are very strong words. Love is a strong word and hate is a strong word. And for some of you, you have been feeling very strong emotions. For some of you, it has been to do with hate. It's almost like I feel like what you've let go of, actually, the threads that you've allowed yourself to be not restricted by anymore, has been where perhaps the hate was coming in. Like something just really aggravates you, winds you up and kind of breaks your peace. Whereas on the other side of it, there is a deep, passionate love. There is a strong emotion in love, which I feel like you've had this realization. And I feel like this has all happened around the full moon. It's almost like Dagaz there is illuminating, showing, it's like that moon was like, here we go, we're going to expose all of this now. But it's brought things into some kind of balance. Now, if during this process there's been some kind of issue in a particular relationship or friendship, there is reconciliation. Okay, so the pineapple is showing up as some sweetness coming in. I feel like this whole situation that you've been through and the cords that you've cut there, it's actually shown you just what is in your life. And the reconciliation there is actually you're sort of like, okay, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. Somebody working against you behind your back. Now, there may be somebody that perhaps you've ruffled some feathers or they don't like the way that you're going about things. I feel like this person may be doing some sneaky things behind your back, or at least trying to do something. Perhaps they're trying to get some information on you. But I feel like you've had to kind of set a boundary with somebody, or you've had to basically just say to them like, I don't want you in my life anymore, or I just need to be away from you. Unfortunately, there is this energy of somebody being a bit sneaky behind your back. Let's see what any more on that. It's a very stubborn and aggressive person. Somebody that if you try and cross them, they are going to push back in an aggressive way. So this energy is just kind of warning you about that there is successful outcomes. There's good things going on. You've been honoured and awarded this key, but there's always something in the background, isn't there? Always. But don't let it get to you, because actually this bouquet is telling you do have admirers. You have people that really admire your strength, really admire how you deal with things, how you go about things. So I feel like actually you're protected by people that really admire you. So this person, they're not going to get anywhere with this. They might try and throw shit around about your name or try and get you into trouble or something like that. It feels very much like gossipy energy, if I'm honest. It feels like somebody kind of trying to turn people against you. But the way you've been around people, actually, they're going to trust you, because I feel like the person that's doing this, they've already been shown to be this stubborn and aggressive person, and they've already ruffled some feathers. So the people that they're trying to go to call you out, they're actually not going to be believed, because they've already cried wolf too many times. Club, someone will try to make you do something against your will. I think this is connected to that stubborn person again. There's definitely a message coming through on here for you to watch out. However, I don't feel like that is scaring you in the slightest, because I feel like you know that what you did here, what's happened here, has been the truth. It's been done out of truthfulness and things being right. It's not been done in a selfish way. But sometimes people can't accept your opinion on things. They can't accept that they're wrong and you're right. And when it's a situation like that, you find sometimes that people will try and make it appear like they're right, even if they're not. Okay, and some people will go to a lot of lengths to do that, but you don't have to. You don't have to let that enter your world or be bothered about it. Okay, because some of you, I feel like you are actually quite sensitive, and it does affect you or upset you how people think about you. Even if you try and pretend that you're not bothered, you are bothered. Of course, you are. But you are going about things in the right way, and it feels like you do have the ability to protect yourself in this situation. Yeah, staff, you will be taken care of in difficult times. So there's something else about this. I don't know what, I saw a saxophone on that then. So I don't know if music is, perhaps you like jazz music, or just like something very swanky kind of music, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's like jazzy kind of music, different. And I feel like you enjoy, like that makes you feel good. And maybe, so you will be taken care of in difficult times. It's something about, I can just see somebody around you a lot, like they're helping you. And I feel like at first, this person trying to help you, you saw that as patronising. You saw that as them trying to patronise you or treating you like you can't look after yourself. But I feel like now you've had a realisation that actually you're allowing this person to help you. And you're not seeing it as patronising anymore. You're seeing it as loving kindness. These are the changes that you're starting to discover. Is like you are surrounding yourself with a different type of people, and that is creating this beautiful energy of real deep love, deep affection and caring. You are receiving this in your life, and that is why you have been awarded this key, because I feel like you've really awakened some emotion there. You've like really had this realization of how you feel about some things, how you're feeling about this, and it really is empowering this relationship that you have with yourself, your personal power. You know, you do feel, even though you may feel like there's been an uncomfortable situation, you're feeling quite proud of yourself for how you've dealt with it. And it's a temporary situation, okay? It will move on. This isn't going to stay feeling uncomfortable. It's just, for now, it feels a little bit uncomfortable, but things will pass over. I'm going to get one more on that. Yeah, because you'd already built a solid foundation. And with the effort that you're putting in now, those efforts are being seen. But there was already a solid foundation. So what you're realising is that it's actually okay to have these moments, to have these things happen that have caused a little bit of a ruckus, a little bit of difficulty or uncomfortableness. That's the word, uncomfortableness, that I'm getting. But because of that solid foundation, all is not lost. The tower isn't going to come down about this, but it's almost like it's added to the tower. It's added to the foundations, which is really positive. Okay, whoops. I can't hold the cards today. Let's get into the tarot cards then. So what advice does Spirit have for you on this beautiful message today? Because it is a nice message. Okay. So the advice here is try not to there's still this energy of you not fully allowing yourself to trust and let go. You're still holding on here. And something that you're holding on to is blocking a change. It's blocking you from actually what you're fated towards. So things are turning in your favour, but you have got to fully detach from that thread. There's still that thread holding on there that's kind of holding you back. There's something about Morocco on there as well. Perhaps somebody's been to Morocco recently, or they've had a trip to Morocco. And there's something about a discussion that was had on a balcony. And on that balcony, there was a discussion that was had there. Within the words of that discussion is an answer to this, to what you know needs to change. I feel like there were names mentioned, or there was some kind of information gathering, and it did something, it switched something in you, and you've had the realisation of actually what does need to change. So that was very specific for somebody there, I feel. And what that's created in you, the past 6 months, I feel there's been a real transition, and you were kind of leaving behind something that is run its course and moving into something new. So what is that? You're having a spiritual awakening. That's what it is. And I feel like this has actually been since the 20th of this month. So we're in October now. 20th of October, there was some kind of awakening that happened here. You were already going through a spiritual awakening, but it kind of blew everything open wide. It's almost like it's released the energy that was blocked there. Something caused that to happen. But now you're having all of these realizations and awakenings, and there's just things that you're hearing, seeing. You can't miss what's going on here. It's blatant. And it's weird because it actually does align with this desire fulfillment. It aligns with this situation, this love, this deep affection and caring, this passion. You know, very powerful emotion is coming out from this reading. It's yeah, the energy of it is solid. It's absolutely solid. It's like the love around this is just, it's like it's protected or something. It's just never going to go away. Now, the only thing that I'm getting from this is that there feels like I'm talking to an individual that doesn't feel stable in some areas. Like there's an energy of fear of being unstable, and something about loyalty as well. It's almost like perhaps a fear of people not being loyal to you, especially when you've got this rat and this ram hanging around. You know, if you've had a situation like that where perhaps you've been betrayed, or there's been some kind of revelation about trust, this is possibly why this is coming out in this reading, as like you're unsure as to what you can trust. But then deep down, I think you know what you can trust. So there is actually completion to a cycle going on right now. And in completing that cycle, and then in you letting go of this, it's actually enabling you to start a new cycle. And there's a lot of joy and inspiration within that. What else do we have for you? What information do we have from Spirit for you today around this? Let's get more information on that rat and ram. What's that? What's their plan on there? Okay. So it feels like it's been a relationship of some form that has been built over some time. Maybe it's been neglected a little bit, or it's just kind of grown a little bit. This could be over the past 7 months. It's funny, we've got 2 sevens on there as well. The number 7 may be significant in this too. Maybe age 77 could be significant. So there's a bit of a stuck energy with this, because it feels like there's 2 ways you could go about things, but it's kind of gone a little bit stagnant now. And that's going to feel uncomfortable for a while, because it's almost like you can't do anything about this. You're not going to be able to do anything about this. But this person is going to they're going to be rushing in, trying to gain victory over you in a situation, and trying to do it behind your back. That's why she's blindfolded. But you are being given this. This could be Odin's ravens, you know, hunting and mugging. This is mind and memory. You have a very good mind and memory. You don't forget things that you've been told. So this person's going to try perhaps to gaslight you in some kind of way, but that's not going to happen. See all those threads as well. So this is again showing you, it's like, who does this remind you of? What does this situation remind you of? Where have you been here before? But it's a person that they feel like they can't let go of something. So even though they know that they're wrong, they haven't been able to let go of it. And you are starting to detach from those kind of energies in your life. So, do we have any outcome for you on this? Oh, the Empress. Only the card of unconditional love. The Empress embodies all of the queens. She is love embodiment. You know, she's nurturing, she's intuitive, she's intelligent. She has an emotional intelligence as well as anything else. And she's passionate. So this is an energy that is being embodied here. Now, somebody may be pregnant as well. This can come up on there. There may be an energy of some kind of creation. It could be a child, or it could be like a business enterprise, but it does feel to me like it's about children, and there's something about the full moon that relates to that. Okay, I'm getting the name Luna with that as well, so that could be significant too. So what else do we have for outcome on here? Because that's a nice one to have, actually. I should have probably ended it on that one. Okay. During the next couple of months, there is this energy of just recuperation. There's a need to recover from this event that's just recently happened in your life that's been very difficult. And you can see clearly now that it's like, since you are detaching, cutting those threads, trying to unrestrict yourself from bindings from the past, it's actually left you feeling quite tired. So you may feel like you need some time off work, or you just need to spend a bit of time expressing what's on your mind right now. You know, you need to sleep more, you need to rest more. And I feel like in that sleep time, in that rest time, you're probably going to have some very vivid dreams. If you're not much of a dreamer, I feel like you're going to start to be. And these dreams are trying to get messages to you about what's happening here. And it's a lot to do with bringing stubbornness down and bringing emotion out. Okay, so it's like allowing that to be seen, because it is helping. And we are in the Queen of Wands energy, which is, you know, this passion, this excitement, this confidence. This is good energy, and it's got that fiery passion to it, like we had on here with that heart, deep love and affection. She is the sexiest queen in the whole deck. So there's this energy to it of like real excitement in that sense. Okay. And this is healing. It's healing from something very painful that's happened in your life. It's like you've kind of healed some form of wound, or you're in the process of healing that wound. That's why you need this rest. Okay. So I'm going to leave this reading here for you. If that resonates with you and you want to know more specific details, then please do get in touch. My details are down in the description box. I'm doing 2 question readings for £10 as well. And I will be doing TikTok lives too. So go and join me over there, and you'll get a notification when I'm doing them. Have a blessed day.